It's awesome to have you be part of our show today. This is Enterprise Friday, reaching you from Enterprise Television. My name is Henry Ikwibike. We'll be starting off with our newspapers, and just after that will be our main conversation also for today. Please do well to be part of what we do. You can find us at enterprisetvnews.com. You may equally like, comment, and follow us on all our social media platforms at Enterprise TV7. I'm very honored to have with me today, right here in our studios, Innocent Aduluba, journalist, public affairs analyst. Thank you so very much.
A pleasure to be here.
All right, so quickly, let's kickstart today with the first daily on our desk, the Guardian newspaper. Let's just go straight to our talking point for today. Federal government plans new rehabilitation camp for bandits and terrorists. Innocent Aduluba, at a time when this set of criminals are taking care of gallant security operatives around the country. And here we are with a nation that should be at the forefront of dealing with the cause of the problem. Rather, they are the one rehabilitating the people who are the cause of the problem. Does this make any sense?
You know, there's a popular saying worldwide: if you can do the time, don't do the crime. And these guys have done the crime, and then the government of the country is saving them from doing the time. It is people like this that the court system is established to hear such cases, and then law enforcement waiting to enforce sanction. So you look at photos, you know, you said Boko Haram bandits. Yeah. You look at photos, you see gory pictures, infant heads slashed, communities invaded. As we speak, you want to rehabilitate people with government funds, and people displaced are still living in IDP camps. Some have children there who are at WAEC age. So the reward for these demented activities, for these murders, you know, unprovoked killings, arson, destruction of farms, and this country, food being expensive today because the bandits and Boko Haram have succeeded in chasing farmers from their farm. So the reward for them is government's mercy and generosity. I'm wondering if I'm not in the wrong profession, Henry.
It actually is also pathetic, honestly, you know, because one will try to explain it and he would find it difficult. I know second chance is a natural law, but at a time when these people do not even understand what second chance are, it's unfortunate that Nigeria and the government of the day, from taxpayers' money, it's just doing the gifting.
It's the gifting. And mind you, if you buy cars, you see made in Germany, made in Japan, made in laptops, wristwatches. Boko Haram is made in Nigeria. They
Probably made in Nigeria.
Yes, they started here, they got propagated, they grew, and they are dominant, you know. And so it should be paramount for the government to use them as deterrents and halt their growth, if you get my point. Because from the days of President Goodluck Jonathan till now, over a decade gone, they have thrived. They are thriving well. Today you hear Chibok girls, how many are they? The other a year ago you hear 220 women. You know, you hear numbers and they come out to claim responsibility. You know, so look at the affront on the Nigerian state. Look at the effrontery against our security operatives, you know. And then you wonder, Boko Haram carted away predominantly women. How can over 280 women be carted away in one evening? And was there a Boeing 737 parked in a bush with an imaginary runway? Well, how was there one intercontinental rail? How did they dig the ground into and disappear? When you catch, when you arrest, when you have under custody this kind of people, they are for prosecution. Let them let you in on how they thrive this long So you can quell that insecurity for good, and normal life within those community can go on. And intending Boko Haram or bandits can see that this is the fate of those captured. But where we pamper them with a lavish, and some of them will be better treated than me and you. And I say again, am I in the right profession?
Really, someone would ask if really our leaders are not complicit to some of these things, because of El Salvador used to have more notorious criminals in that country, but Perez better came into the country as the president and totally made everything awesome. Today, the rate of crime in El Salvador is not in zero right now, and one would wonder if our leaders see some of these examples and are even ready to follow suit in sympathical. But Innocent, let's speak to other issues, because this is gravitating to another one. Catholic Church decries a wave of kidnapping targeting priests and pastoral agents. Just a couple of days back, the Catholic Church lost a priest in Kaduna State. He was kidnapped, and a day after, he was found murdered. What is it exactly that these bandits and kidnappers and terrorists and criminals find so attractive with picking priests that they know are people who have dedicated their lives to the service of the church and service to humans?
Well, if I should speak in retrospect,
yes,
it is this kind of people that the federal government want to rehabilitate.
Yes.
You can imagine. You catch somebody who is a clergy, celibate, you know. So is this an attempt at religious decimation? Because that man serves a community of Christians, Catholic Christians to be specific. So the bandits, it's not ascertained. Are they Christian bandits?
Whatever bandits,
I'm calling
bandits
now.
are bandits.
Yes, are they bandits from another religion? If they are, so it will be, if you take it from me, one religion attacking another religion. So I'm very grateful to God for the death of the priests.
Really?
Yes.
Why?
I'm grateful to God because He allowed it.
God allowed it.
Yes, nothing can happen without God's knowledge.
Are you?
I would say
this is one thought that comes from Africans. A Caucasian from the West, from the Western Hemisphere, would never agree to this. They have the opportunity of stopping. You don't bring God to this equation. As a nation, you are given every understanding to stop some of these things happening.
How would this Catholic priest have been prevented from being killed?
If the nation state Nigeria was, of course, the security was good enough and the architecture that preserves lives is awesome, nothing of such would have happened in the first
Within
place.
developed nations worldwide, even in this 2025, there are assassinations.
Of course.
So I'm saying that, you didn't let me land.
Yes.
The soul of the righteous are in the hand of God. And so God, I'm not God, has helped this man to pass into eternal life with I mean, you can imagine if they kept him for weeks or months just torturing him.
Well, that is...
Are you getting my point?
Actually, yeah.
Yeah, so it's not a good thing that has happened. And we Christians believe that whether the man was surrounded by 1,000 army, if it is the will of God to rescue him as testimony, no harm will come to. So that man, the bandits, the killers, the murderers, has helped him from mortality into immortality with his creator. So the guilt is on them. Well,
in the southeast of Nigeria, the story is actually a different one. And the reason it is, a priest these days in the southeast of Nigeria, of course, go to register and accept arms to defend themselves. So this issue of them believing that it's coming from God or the wishes of God, they would love to prevent that if they
if you have arms, you will self-defend yourself. This man, was he armed? If he has it, he will use it. If you get my point, I haven't said all priests should just go and die, and God is what God will for them. No. I'm speaking in context.
All right, beautiful. Let's get to the Vanguard newspaper for today. And just before we get to the main stories here, we'd love to, of course, on a sad note here, of course, Doyin Okupe, former aide, former spokesperson to Goodluck Jonathan, just died at 72. And he was, of course, one of the chieftains of the Labour Party. Speak to us on Doyin Okupe. Let's take a look at his life just before he had to go. Speak to us.
Well, some people may wonder or say that death is premature. 72. Doyin Okupe is a patriot. There are borders of controversy around him, if we must say that, from the medical into the political. He has been a strong voice of a Labour Party, but it may have romanced other parties before that time. So I would say whoever I see in Labour Party, a party that says they don't give money, if you like, you vote for them. I doff my hat. So because you could have, see the defection we talk about, go to where there are rainfall of naira.
Yes.
But so he was a strong voice in the days leading to the election. I think I've seen him once with Peter Obi.
Yeah, a couple of times.
Yes. No, there was a time Peter Obi came to speak at Lagos chamber of that place on at Victoria Island there.
Yes.
Is it the LCCI now? LCCI is in Ikeja. There's a place he came to speak, and I was there in the physical. Doyin Okupe will be missed. Sometimes it is voices like this who can criticize constructively that Nigerians like to remember. His news was a shock to me, I dare say. But, well, may his soul rest in peace.
Yes, definitely. May his soul rest in peace. And also, for the family, we pray for fortitude to bear the loss of their loved one. But other issues making the Vanguard newspaper for today. Blackout, angry Airforce personnel invade Ikeja disco, batter employees. You saw the viral video, isn't it, of the NAF personnel, walking into a disco in Alausa.
You have mentioned this even from last week.
Yes.
That the Nigerian Air Force Base, one of our supposed security cantonments,
hub, yeah,
who should be protecting us, are in the dark. It can the money to rehabilitate bandits and Boko Haram not be put to fix,
to subsidize everything.
This electricity for people who are serving the nation diligently. I don't know. Does logic stand on its head in Nigeria? If in the days, this is 2025. If you put it, say, 25 years ago, put it like in the 90s, then they will tell you that the NAF officers have been too patient. Yes. Yeah. When I was a boy in primary school, you take life from the army barracks for just 2 days. You will hear from them. So these men have been in the dark for weeks.
Yes.
You go and serve, and mind you, they all wear khaki, which can generate heat. Yes. They all live in barracks, not as luxuriously ventilated. Yes. Yeah. And then they will sleep in those conditions and go back again and obey and rise O compatriots, Nigeria's call, obey.
No, that's the old national anthem.
It's still relevant. the Air Force men are still obeying Nigeria's call. So that anthem is not obsolete. I'm just quoting those lines as for relevance. It's appalling. It's appalling. I think, and what true, sadly, with some of these treatment that have been meted to they will now serve them light without going to repair any gadget. If I always ask now, if you take light by 2 p.m., and bring it by 5 p.m. What got spoiled? What did you repair? Is it a hobby to go switch off, sit down, 3 hours later switch on, you know? So, I mean, this is 2025. Electricity should, should be our minimal headache if you look at innovations and inventions worldwide.
In other parts of the world. And it's even more sensitive that recognizing there are armaments in those hubs, in those security hubs, that should be cooled. They should, I would love to believe, I'm not a military personnel to know the temperature required to store some of those military equipment and all that, but I think it's so very important. We did the case of the UCH Ibadan that had been in darkness for 120 days, and these are essential service providers that should readily be given electricity.
In the barrack,
yes,
there is the officers, or there are the mess, like the arrest houses, whether officers mess or sergeant mess. They have schools, including nursery and primary school, where children will go to school and use electricity. They have the Airforce secondary school there. They have mosque, church. They have hospital in that barrack. It's a normal human settlement community needing just the basics of life. For crying out loud, electricity is not something too much to ask for.
It is not luxury.
For God's sake.
It's not.
Where is our priority?
Truly, very, very truly. And one would wonder if President Bola Ahmed Tinubu and his administration truly does understand what leadership is. Because when you class people that you should provide products and services for, it asks the question if really you truly do understand.
No, but the government is efficient. There are new tariffs in your banking transactions, in power bills. Yeah, the government is efficient there. Yeah, it is in the provision that we are praying for their efficiency.
Well, we truly do hope that something will be done about this. Of course, we do not support violence of any sort. The attack on that facility, that's the discourse in Alausa and Ikeja, is actually totally wrong. But of course, if it would have been avoided, then it should have been avoided. That is the truth of the matter. Thank you so much, Innocent, for being here.
My pleasure.
All right, just to let you know that Innocent Adolugba will be here to take us on our main conversation when we return. Senate suspends Senator Natasha Akpoti Uduaghan for 6 months. Down in a bit. Still Enterprise of Friday. Don't go anywhere.